30 years of pain, 30 years of fear, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of there it goes. 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of fate, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of 30 years of. That's wild, dog. That's wild. It's wild that he said, "Hey, like, what you doing? You trying to get rid of me?" He's trying. Yo, it's crazy. He's fighting for his soul right now. Welcome back to another episode of Goat-Worthy Reactions, where we mainly like to focus on the goats on this channel. Now we're back on this NF train, y'all. I know, look, a lot of the NF fans are like, yo, where the NF content? Where the NF content? I thought you was going to do the journey, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So my boy Tom came at me the other day on Patreon like, yo, where is the NF stuff? I'm like, got you. So I'm back on it, dog. Don't worry about it. This one's for Tom. I'm dedicating this Hope video for Tom. All right, let's get it. NF Hope.
Yeah, I'm on my way, I'm coming. Don't lose faith in me.
Wow.
I know you've been waiting. I know you've been praying for my soul.
Uh-oh.
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. Don't get me wrong, nature had a great run, but it's time to give the people something different.
Yeah.
So without further ado, I like to introduce my album.
Quick pause. It's crazy because I was just watching the video from All I Have. I watched that before I watched this, and I watched I listened to Mansions again just to be refreshed. And it, like, he still looked young and all that, right? But he looks so grown here. Like, it's so funny. Like, I don't know why I just needed to mention that. Like, he looked like a baby in All I Have, and right here he looks like a more grown NF. You know what I'm saying? I know he's like in his 30s now, right? But yeah. Not in a negative, like, I'm just saying he just looks more grown. It's funny. But he goes, he says, hope, I'm on my way, I'm coming. Don't lose faith in me. I know you've been waiting. I know you've been praying for my soul. Hope. So he's talking to Hope. Was Hope one of those rooms on Mansions? No. It was Pain. He had a few rooms on Mansions. So he gives these things characters, right? He gives these like emotions, like, it's very therapeutic. That very therapeutic way to go about your music, because what he's saying here, he says he's talking to Hope, right? 30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver. So he's like, wait, hold on real quick. Quick question. Not that you can answer it right now, but I'm just thinking out loud. Does NF have an alter ego that he really like zooms in on? Like how Eminem has Slim Shady, how Easy Mill has Slashy, how who did we just do? I just did Ren for the first time. Mind blown. I was blown away by it. I heard so many negative things about Ren. Honestly, me, just one song. He, his other catalog may not be for me, but for that one song, I was pretty mind blown by it. But yeah, he has another alter ego thing going on. Does NF do the same thing? I think if he does, that's what's going on here, because he's saying, I gave you a chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. He said, don't get me wrong, Nate, you've had a great run, but it's time to give the people something different. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my album. Like, Nate, what would be the other side? Oh, NF talking to Nate. So is Nate the NF we all know, and NF is who was about to take over, it seems, right? One thing I did notice though, in the search video. Oh, hold on. In the search video, I was about to say something else, but I'm gonna get to that thought in a second. But in the search video, he was wearing. He's typically always wearing all black. And in the search video, when he got inside the freaking, I was asking. No, nobody really told me the answer, but I was asking in my search reaction. Look it up, the search reaction. He was wearing all black, and there was people in all white in the background, like it's weird looking. Like it looked like the doctors or nurses that would be dressed up in those asylums. Like you'd be in an asylum and they're all wearing white, and like that's just how you're in a padded room. Like that's where it brought me to. But he's wearing white now. That's what I'm just noticing right now. So. Let me not jump ahead. But 30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me we're the reason you're stagnant. So that would be who? That would be NF. That would be NF talking to Nate, right? Telling me the reason. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress, but where is it at? So that is. Oh, that's the white Nate. White NF, right, wearing all white, talking to the black and wearing the black NF, wearing all black. So like NF, because NF is known, they say he makes gloomy music, sad music, whatever the case they say, right? And he's saying like, yo, where's the progress at, dog? Like I'm about to take over now, right? That's what it seems like. Let's keep going. My bad, y'all. I'm jumping ahead right now, but let's keep going.
Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says.
Yeah.
Standing up for what you know is what everybody else is. Tucking the toe between their legs.
Talk about it.
What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told can never happen.
Oh!
I can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more profit because they'd rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are.
I gotta pose it. But the NF and all black is in the video. Okay, so yeah, all right. So I wasn't too off. I mean, I wasn't right on the money, but I was pretty close. So yeah, so this is NF in all white, and the music sounds a little different, doesn't it? Like it still sounds dramatic like it always does and theatrical like it always does. But his message, his tone, his direction of tone for this message in the song seems a little more on the up, as far as like the beats, like like overcrowding you on the down. You know what I'm saying? This is like, you know what I'm saying? It's on, I don't know if y'all know what I'm saying, but like it seems a little more positive to me, is what I'm saying. And I feel like the NF and all black was very negative and this and that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say he's negative, but he was very just like, he harped on his issues and he went in on them. You feel me? And now he's saying it's time for a change. We gotta give the people something different. You know what I'm saying? We gotta give them something different. And he just ran into the NF and all black and he said, yo, that way. So is he lost? And now the NF and all black is directing him. I don't know, but I'm loving it. I'm loving this. Let me go to that. What he said. A person trying to gain credibility. So he starts off the verse with, what's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right when everybody else is. Tucking their tail between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll never take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side though through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more profit because they'd rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. If that ain't NF, then I don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's that type of person. All right? That's dope. I like that. Let's keep it going. Let's run it back a little bit.
Had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more profit because they rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger. stranger. It's a person that can take the fears in their life and turn them into motivation.
Look at this.
Believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to? I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul at a crossroad who had no hope, but I changed that. I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for some validation. Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was in. They get it.
What the hell? All right, so he just got pushed. Okay, let's just go back to those lyrics real quick. He said, so they feel accepted by a stranger. It's a person that can never. It's the person that will take the failures that in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. You don't even believe in you. Why would you think or accept anybody else to around you to? I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul at a crossroads who ain't had hope. But I changed that. I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for validation. Years of my life trying to fill the void, pretending I was in blank. They get it. Oh, okay. Yeah, he said they get it. Like that was the all black Nathan. Like, all right, shut up already, bro. And then he pushed him through. Now he fell through this. He pushed him through the floor, and now he's in. Is this a mansion? Is he inside of a mansion now? Or some big ass windows right there. Let's keep it going. Mansions. In the search, Buddy dropped off a white outfit for him. When he jumped inside the cart and he just sat in it, at the end of the video, dude walked up to him, gave him a white outfit, and now he's wearing it. It's like dark light. He's seeing the light. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to say evil because he was never evil, but like, you know what I mean? Negative to positive. You feel me? Oh man, this is dope. This is dope. So now he just fell through the floor. He's inside of it could be a mansion, right? Because the mansion song just came on, and we're about to see what's going on. What's reality? Only expressions. I'm trapped in, inside this mansion.
Pain's a necessary evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand, it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I didn't ever hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having kids will make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did.
Dog, it's gonna be hard. Oh man! All right, hold on. It was hard to hear what he was saying, and then he said, "Growing pains, necessary evil, difficult to get through. Yes, but it's beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree with. On the other, it was the push I needed to get the help and started healing process. See, if I had never hit rock bottom, would I ever be the person that I am today? I don't believe it." Yeah, I like the way he was spitting that though over that beat. I like the way he was spitting that. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose not to accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you got to be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having kids will make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Had my daughter, and now it's like all I'm doing is trying to better myself. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like before, where you would take your time. You know, you would push off things. You would be like, yeah, you know, I'll get to that when I get to that. Nah. I'm getting to it now. You know what I mean? I'm getting to it now for sure. But yeah, man, I like the angle he's at though. I like the angle he's going at. So connecting this to mansions, In Mansions, what I love about Mansions that he didn't shoot a video for it, because had he shot a video for it, well, I don't think there's a video for it. I tried to find one, I couldn't find one. So had he shot a video for it, because he didn't shoot a video for it, I had to like think to myself, like, because he's a very he can depict his lyrics pretty good, and he can paint pictures with them. So I was able to just like imagine the video, right? And it's kind of like what this looks like, honestly. He's walking into these rooms. He sees NF, the young NF, you know what I'm saying? His negative side trying to get into his head. He opens up another room. He walks into an old version of him. He's even got the paint over his mouth. And he took the NF real hat off, right? And he's looking at himself. He looked at himself at the time where he said, it took me 30 years to realize if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you got to be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. That, first of all, that's mad deep right there. That's like damn near poetry. But yeah. He's just looking at like what he used to be, what he could turn into if he doesn't. And the dude had a key in his hand, so it's kind of like, what's he saying with that? Like, he's locked inside this room, right? This cage in his mind, and this whole time he's had the key, like even at that age, at that point, but he's never utilized it. He's never tapped into the other side that he needed to tap into to be able to set himself free. Being that he's in the white right now, I'm going to assume that this is him in a new phase. You know what I'm saying? And being that the album is called Hope, like it's him with hope. He has hope that he could be better, that he will be better, and he's reflecting on everything right now. So let's keep it going.
Wake up every day and pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about, don't get it twisted, that was in the shop. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hate, 30 years of never, 30 years of baby, 30 years of later, 30 years of fate, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of hate, 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of pain, 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never revolve, I know I can change. We are not enough, we are not the same. You don't have the heart, you don't have the strength, you don't have the will, you don't have the faith. You'll never be loved, you'll never be safe. Might as well give up, not running away. You don't have the guts, you're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge, I'm taking up, I'm taking up. Reigns.
Dog, I thought the music, I thought it was about to get even more dramatic. I thought the beat was about to drop. He was about to go off. I thought the other NF, the other Nate was about to start talking. That's what I thought. But anyways, that was crazy. The first time, let me run it back. The first time when the black showed up, I was like, what the hell was that? It's his other side, his alter ego trying to bring him back, right? He said, you'll never be great. They're never going to love you, dog. Stay dark. Stay with me. Hopeless, right? It's the devil in my ear. I've been sober a freaking year. Let me start with the Eminem already. You know what I'm saying? These dudes are so alike. I don't care what anybody says. Eminem and NF are so alike. And I don't mean NF is trying to be like Eminem. I mean Eminem clearly influenced this dude. Clearly. But they're nothing alike as far as like the way they sound. Like, not at this point. The older stuff, I don't think you can deny that he sounded like Eminem. Now, he doesn't sound like Eminem at all to me, but he still reminds me of Eminem even more, though. I feel like not only is their early beginnings alike, but their evolutions are alike. I feel like he got to his evolution faster than Eminem did. And I feel like he has Eminem to thank for that, which is crazy, right? Because Eminem put his life on blast, and he was like, Satan spawn. If you will, right? He called himself that on our Encore album. But anyways, yeah, let's go back. I want to first of all, the beginning of that verse was fire.
Would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize.
That's crazy.
If you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone.
He don't want to become that. Yeah, he looked himself like, nah, I can't become that. Nah, I ain't going in that room. That ain't gonna be me. That ain't gonna be me. I'm not gonna stay trapped in that mindset, in that negative mindset where I don't feel like I could be happy or be great, right? Or be hopeless. No, I have hope. I have hope that I'm gonna be better and I'm gonna live a peaceful life. That's what that looked like just now.
Make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did.
That was wild. Somebody just put I didn't even see that the first time. Somebody put a hood over his head or whatever, or a bag over his head. Oh, that was the other NF, right? Yeah.
Wake up every day and pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window, questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about. Don't get it twisted, that was in the shot. Mama, I forgive you. I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough.
Yeah, I like that little beginning right there. He said, waking up every day, pick my son up, hold him in my arms, let him know he's loved. Standing by the window, questioning if that is ever gonna show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about. Don't get it twisted, that wasn't a shot. Mama, I forgive you. I just don't want him growing up thinking he'll never be enough. And that's him dating back to How Could You Leave Us, right? And I just did Mama with my wife not that long ago, and that was dope. That was where he actually forgives her. You know what I'm saying? And now he says it again, Mama, I forgive you. But he's dating back to how he used to look out the window waiting for his mom to show up, which is what he spoke about on How Could You Leave Us. And he's saying that his son's never gonna have to worry about that. And he's not taking a dig at his mom's, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And he goes 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame. And then he said, there was a point where he was like, Nate, like it was that deep voice, and it was the black Nate, right? I'm gonna call the white Nate and the black Nate. And the black Nate was trying to take over, and he's fighting him, right? Which is dope. Let's get into it because it's on right now.
30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of
there he goes.
30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of fate, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of 30 years of.
That's wild, dog. That's wild. It's wild that he said, "Hey, like, what you doing? You trying to get rid of me?" He's trying. Yo, it's crazy. He's fighting for his soul right now, right? And didn't he say that in the beginning of the song? Something about soul. But anyways, yeah, it's crazy, dog. It's crazy. There's some crazy visuals.
30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never revolve. I know I can change. We are not enough. We are not the same. You don't have the heart. You don't have the strength. You don't have the will. You don't have the faith. You'll never be loved. You'll never be safe. Might as well give up. Not running away. You don't have the guts. You're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge. I'm taking up. Reigns.
So the song, dog, that's had my emotions up. But first of all, is he really on? I mean, I'm not gonna say I doubt he would because he's a real dude. But is he really standing in the middle of the ocean, or is that like CGI? Right? Is that like special effects? The last time I thought it was special effects, I put my foot in my mouth. I was reacting to Hanu Mankind, and apparently they do be spinning around in little narrow circles, and I thought it was fake. But anyways, he goes, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of, hey. That was right. That was crazy. That's when you saw the black trying to take over. He said 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years later, 30 years of fake, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of Nate. Like he's like trying to get his attention. Nate, like don't do it. Don't get rid of me, dog. He said, Nate. He said 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of chains. I love how all this shit's rhyming too, dog. I like that. He's a 30 years of he's a 30 years of anxious, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of wait. And the black NF comes in like, wait, 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. And then the black NF comes in. He's like, you'll never evolve. I know I could change. We are not enough. We are not the same. He said, you don't have the heart. You don't have the strength. You don't have the will. You don't have the faith. Oh no, and after you don't have the faith. He said, you'll never be loved. He said, you'll never be safe. Might as well give up. He said, not running away. He said, you don't have the guts. He said, you're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge. I'm taking the he said, I'm taking the no. He said, I'm taking the reins. I like how he ended it on reins. Cause he like took you on the high and just dropped you. Reigns. Yo. Okay, that's definitely, I can definitely see as far as evolvement, like, because the search was good. I love the search. Something about this though, because this is, to me, as far as like a fan, this is speaking from the search and as well as the Mansions video, and probably some other ones that I haven't heard yet. But yeah, when I get to Hope, the Hope album, I'm gonna react to this again. I'm gonna have a 2.0 where I can really understand with all the other songs that I've heard. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that wraps up today's reaction. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I would say that's his best song, definitely. Definitely his best song. Between that, I really love Mansions, bro. I really love Mansions. I don't know why, but for what this stands for, I like this better. You know, for what it stands for, it makes me like it better. And there was a video for it, so that's kind of cheating. You know what I'm saying? There's a video for it, so I really like that. Yeah. I can't wait to get to this Hope album though. But we're gonna go back. We're gonna do Clouds mixtape. We're gonna get through it. Sign up for the Patreon if you want to catch tier 2. Sign up for the Patreon if you're an NF fan. You can sign up for tier 2, tier 3. You get everything. You get all the full album reactions. I am gonna do the full Clouds mixtape. I am gonna do the full Hope album, and I'm doing the important songs from all the other albums. But yeah, let's get it, man. Hopefully NF has something else in the talk. I hope he's dropping a new album soon. I want to catch it when I need to catch it. You know what I'm saying? I was happy I was able to catch it for the Eminem, Def and Slim Shady. So I want to hopefully NF drops something soon. And it seems like he takes big breaks though, right? Yeah. So we'll see. Anyway, shout out to the Patrons for signing up and continuing to stay a part of the family. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very much. I'm working for y'all. I'm doing a lot of Patreon shit. Every week I'm dropping like 15 reactions on Patreon. So like if y'all wanna catch some exclusive reactions, go to the Patreon, man. Go to the Patreon, sign up for tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. If you just want to support the channel, sign up for tier 1. It's $1 a month. You still get things early, so you get early access, but tier 2 and tier 3 is where it's at. Tier 3 is really where it's at, where you can get to catch everything. You don't miss nothing. And on top of that, if not, always show love here. Like, share, and subscribe. And we out.